Hello, Eurovision fam. Welcome back to our Benidorm Fest interviews. I am Jordan here, and I will be interviewing Greg Taro, who will be competing in Benidorm Fest 2026 with the song Velita. And this is quite an interesting opportunity. How are you feeling?
Good, I'm good. I'm excited. I'm kind of tired of waiting because
Mhm.
it's been a long wait, and they announced all the contestants in October, and then the songs came out in December, and now like 2 months later, we're finally going to Benidorm. So yeah, I'm all excited uh, and ready for the experience.
Yeah, it's coming up really soon. So, I want to start the interview by, and I don't want to flatter you or overreact you in any way,
Mhm.
but when I listened to the catalog of songs, Velita was my favorite for my first
Oh,
listen,
really?
and it still
Wow,
is my favorite all these
amazing.
weeks later. And I mean, it's really just
That's so
warm and
nice.
bright. And I have a number of theories, but I
Yeah.
kind of want to know from you yourself, who is this song dedicated to?
But it's kind of dedicated to my girlfriend, or it's written with my girlfriend in mind. Obviously, because I'm like kind of recently in love again now, and it's a very healthy love, and it's a love that I've never experienced before. And all the songs I've written so far, like I wrote for my project before, were more from like a sad place, from this place of longing, a love that I will eventually never have. Um, so it's kind of new for me to write from a more positive perspective, but it's an exciting journey, and I'm loving it so far.
Awesome. So, Velita compared to your past work, Velita has a really catchy and infectious energy, and the melody is very sweet. I know you've had a lot of activity in the last couple of years, especially with your features and your independent projects.
Yeah,
But what about Velita kind of sets it apart from the rest of your work so far?
but I think maybe because like my history, my backstory, is a bit. I'm born to a German dad, to a Spanish mom. I grew up in Barcelona, but I lived in Japan for a while when I was a kid, from 8 to 15. So I had actually some friends that moved over to the U.S. And then they brought me Yin Yang Twins. They brought me Usher.
Nice.
They brought me Chris Brown, and all of that kind of like sound experience and like sound world that I didn't know before. And that's been mainly my inspiration ever since I've like consumed or listened to music in more of a conscious way. And I guess that's what like makes me Greg, let's say. And then my whole personality and my feelings are all kind of like thrown into Belita. And it makes it this mashup of all my emotions, of all my past, all my experiences, and all these different cultures that I experience also on a daily basis because I live in Berlin. I moved there 2018, and I speak German, English, and Spanish on a daily basis, and my brain is like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I'm kind of trying to sort it out. But I guess if you throw all of that into a pot, and blend it, then Belita is kind of the result of that.
Wow, okay. So, aside from this just being a dedicated love song to your girlfriend, it's also kind of the culmination of your how you were consuming a more global sound, and this is
Yeah,
kind of the
I
result of
guess.
all of those little pieces of inspiration into a final product in a way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in general, my music for my project, because I write a lot of music for other artists as well, but like for my music, I guess that's what makes it Greg, let's say. And like that sound, and like obviously music is also a journey because I'm getting to know myself better. I mean, I was 25 when I moved to Berlin, and I thought I knew everything about the world and I would conquer the world with my music. And all these delusional thoughts we all have, right? But yeah, here I am with 32, happier than ever, with this great opportunity that is Benidorm Fest, and I'm super grateful and super happy to be part of that change also.
Mhm. Yeah, so about Benidorm Fest itself, have you had a chance to socialize with any of the other acts, or kind of like what's the vibe if you have had the chance to talk to anybody else?
Yeah, we have, but it's always been, I think we all met two or three times maybe, but it's always like very concentrated. We're put together for 24 or like 48 hours. And then we do all this promo, we do all this video shoots, we have all these press conference and stuff. And it's like there's no real time to kind of talk to each other. You just have time in between everything you do. And I've had time to talk to the other contestants, but not really engage. So that's why I'm looking forward to really do that, and then and maybe like some collabs grow out of that, or are born from there. And that's why I really want to go to Benidorm, and we're all sleeping in the same hotel, and it's like if you go with your friends or with your classmates or something, you go on holiday and you spend like a week and a half or 2 weeks together.
Nice. So, were any of those co-competitors, are any of their songs your favorites, or do you feel like kind of the need to highlight any of them in particular, any that stood out to you?
But I feel like the interesting part of Benidorm this year is that every artist has his or her very own sound,
Mhm.
in a way, because every artist is very particular. We all have different backgrounds, we all have different stories, and I guess that's what makes this particular kind of Benidorm Fest special and different. And I really love Te Amaré from Tony Grox and Lucicalis.
Mhm.
That song's been stuck in my head. I think Bomba de Amor by Luna Key is also a great one to dance to. And those are like the ones that kind of stood out for me.
Yeah, there is a good number of different sounds this Benidorm year, and every time I hear kind of what an artist's favorite other song is, it just kind of brings it back to me and thinking like, oh, okay, so this is also laying the groundwork for potential collaborations and
Yeah.
other projects. It's kind of like I'm imagining that everyone's approaching it from a really creative perspective and seeing it as kind of open-ended.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I guess that's kind of the purpose of also being there. Also, the creative team is insane. It's Sergio Jaén and Borja, and they did like all the well, the winning song for Austria for sure, I think, and also in 2024, I think they did Ireland, and all the stage design there. So it's an amazing experience by itself. So I'm excited to see how the stage looks. Actually, because we only rehearsed in some hall with the marks, pretending to be the stage, but it wasn't really. So I guess it's going to be different if we're when we're there.
Yeah, so to kind of zoom out from Benidorm really quick and to kind of bring it back into the questions about this song in the context of where it is in history. So outside of just the world of music, there's kind of a lot of uncertainty and fear, especially in my country and other places around the
Yeah,
world. We
yeah,
see
yeah.
it in
My
the
girlfriend's
news.
U.S., so I know.
Yeah, we see it in the news every day, and I'm sure you see plenty. But when I listen to Velita, as much as I do see it as a love song, and it very much is a love song, for about 3 minutes, I do experience some hope. I experience some optimism, and I kind of want to know, is there something more than just a love message? Is there kind of a message of hope that the song is supposed to carry?
Yeah, for me, like obviously I wrote it from this, as you say, kind of love and from this healthy heart that I have now, right? But I feel it's also like the flame itself of this candle, right? Stands more like for the memories, for the good experiences, for the good moments you shared with your partner, with your beloved ones, if they're there, if they're not there. Um, so it's kind of remembering those good times, but also the message of hope is definitely a way to see it as well. That's why I love music, and I love my job, because you write a song from one perspective, but it can be kind of interpreted and understood in so many different ways, right?
Mhm.
Um, and if he creates this message of hope, then I'm more than grateful. And it makes me super happy if people listen to Velita and have this feeling of hope, and the world can be a better place. Like it's all I ever wish for, to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, because I'm not a native Spanish speaker. In fact, hablo poquito español, but
Okay.
overall, when I hear the lyrics and I read the lyrics for the first time and
Mm.
then saw that it was a love song, there were verses in there that kind of allowed me to feel like it was meant for me and whatever was going on in my own personal life. And I feel like there is a universality to it that is just really refreshing that I wasn't quite expecting, but it's nice. It's really nice.
That's amazing. Thanks.
All right, and so this is my final question. We would normally be talking about you competing in Benidorm in the context of competing at Eurovision, but
Yeah.
obviously things are different now. People who watch our videos and read our articles, they come from countries outside of the sphere of European popular music. So we're talking the United States, Latin America, and Asia, and just kind of everywhere at large who's being introduced to this style of music for the first time and your
Yeah.
artistry for the first time. Is there anything that you want to tell the fans that are looking into the community from the outside?
Well, I guess hi, first of all. And then also maybe that I'm a bit more kind of the international sounding, or not necessarily international sounding, but more because of my experience in life where I've lived my kind of multiculturalism, which I'm super super grateful for. Then like my sound is a bit more out there in terms of what the Spanish sound is usually in pop songs, um, because of my influence, right? So I think that's what makes kind of Greg be Greg, in a way. And maybe that appeals to you, maybe that doesn't. And I mean, opinions are welcome and necessary. So yeah, I guess that just enjoy my music. If you like, I write from a very honest and very sincere place in my heart and my feelings and my emotions. Like obviously, there's a sheet of whatever it is because we're in the entertainment industry, but I try to be as blunt and as sincere and honest as possible. That's all I can try and all I can hope for. And I just want to have fun doing what I do as well.
All right. Well, we are just a couple weeks away from Benidorm. So, with that said, thank you so much for having this interview with me. I'm so happy that I did get to interview you because I mean, I'll be listening to
Thank
the
you so
song for
much.
pretty much the rest of the year. I really do love it that much.
Amazing.
And for
Thank you
everyone
so
who's
much.
watching, remember to tune into Benidorm Fest. This will be taking place on the 14th of February, and the final
Yeah,
will
and the
be
10th is the final,
yeah,
yeah.
the 10th will
Sorry, you
be
go ahead.
Greg's semifinal. He'll be competing
Yeah.
song number 4, I believe it is.
Yeah.
All right, so the first semifinal will be occurring on February 10th. Go ahead and take a listen to Velita. Wish him the best of luck. And Greg, thank you so much for joining me for this chat here. It's been a great
It looks
pleasure.
like you planned that.
Oh, more or less, but
It goes, it doesn't wanna.
there we
No,
go.
there
I
you go.
mean, the message of
There
the
you have
song.
it.
But
There you
yeah,
go.
thank you so much for taking part of this, and I will see you soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.